भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्तिः 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 श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. We will chant first two verses. Adhihi bhagavo brahma vidyam varishtham sada sadbhis sevyamanam nigudham yaya chirat sarva papam vyapohya परात् परं पुरुषं याति विद्वान् तस्मै सहोवाच पितामहश्च श्रद्धा भक्ति ध्यान योगादवेहि So we have already seen that Ashvalayana approached his teacher Brahmaji and requested for Brahma Vidya. What is this Brahma Vidya? So that also he qualified that it is Varishtham, most exalted, plus it is resorted to by all wise men. And third one, what did he say? That by knowing this, one will very soon cross over all the sins and gain the highest. This Vidwan will gain the highest. This is what the first verse said. So he has requested for Brahma Vidya. And we saw that the teacher Brahmaji did not right away impart Brahma Vidya to him, but instead he recommended Antaranga Sadhana for knowledge. And what is that? Shraddha, Bhakti and Dhyana. And he said, may you know by these three means, which means that you prepare yourself, prepare your antakarana for this knowledge. And for that, these are the best means. As we already discussed, Karma Yoga is also a sadhana, is also a means for antakarana shuddhi, but it is Bahiranga sadhana. Ashvalayana doesn't need that. That is why Brahmaji prescribed for him these three means: Shraddha, Bhakti and Dhyana. Shraddha, as we have already seen, it means implicit trust in the teaching as well as the teacher. That is, in the Shastra as well as the teacher from whom the Shastra is coming. Complete or implicit trust in that. Second one is Bhakti. Bhakti means commitment. This Jignasu is committed to this. He is all for attaining this goal, knowing this thing. Third one is Dhyana. Dhyana means he also commands. what? The focus of the mind. The focus of the mind is also very necessary, without which a subtle subject such as Brahma Vidya will not be known. Any knowledge for that matter calls for focus of mind. That is why the teacher has prescribed these three. But, so now he is all ready. But according to the teacher, one more means is required. These three are there. His mind is all ready. But still, there can be other vikshepas also. Vikshepa in the form of kartavya karma. Vikshepa in the form of his having to engage himself in different duties. When you are in the world, when you are in a certain setup, and you are performing different roles, wherein you have kartavya karma. Kartavya karma means enjoined duties. As a father, I have certain duties. As a mother, as wife, as mother-in-law, etc., there are different duties. Kartavya karma, which have to be done. It is expected from you that you will fulfill these duties. Now, if this aspirant's mind, which is now all ready for pursuing the knowledge, if he also has to give time for performing his duties, then it is quite possible that he may not have any time left for the study, left for pursuing the study. Because his mind, kartavya karma, and performing that also requires the mind to be there. Without the mind being there, without his body, mind, intellect being there, it is not possible that you can fulfill your duties. So this also can become a vikshepa. This also can become a disturbance. So understand this very well. According to Shastra, there comes a time in an aspirant's life, in a sadhaka's life, when he can or he should, we cannot say should, but he can give up the karmas so that he can, with a single pointed attention and focus, he can pursue the knowledge. That is why now Shastra or the Upanishad prescribes sannyasa for this aspirant. Okay, so this is the background, and that is why now the teacher says, see, idanim yatha shraddha bhakti dhyana yoge brahma vidyayam karanam. So far the means were shraddha bhakti and dhyana. Just as they were the means, they did their work. What? Preparing the mind. He is all now ready. Now, Brahma Vidyayam, just as they were the means, there is one more means. Tadvat, Sannyasopi iti aha, sannyasa also is a very, very important means for this person. Remember and understand very well, sannyasa is not prescribed for everyone. It is not even suggested for everyone. But when the person is ready, when the goal of his life is very clear, that I want nothing but moksha, moksho me bhuyat iti ichha. It is his tivra, strong desire that I want to become free. For such a mature person, there is no other choice. As we said that on the very first day, there is no other choice. And for him, there is this facility in our Shastra that such a person, such a mature person, if he so wishes, he can renounce. He can renounce and pursue the knowledge. He is given that sanction in our Sanskriti. This is there only in our tradition. You may not find this in other things. There also they become priests, they become monks, etc. is there. But here more so. Because our tradition, our Sanskriti is ready to provide for this renunciate, is ready to take care of this renunciate. That samskara is there in our Sanskriti. And so, now Upanishad makes it very clear that what you want to achieve, to this fellow it is being said, to this Jignasu it is being said that what you want to achieve is definitely not going to come by other means. By other famous and well-known means, you will not achieve that. And you will achieve it only by tyaga, only by renunciation. So Shruti makes it categorical. In crystal clear words, Shruti says that it will not be available by other means. Which are those means by which it will not help you? And which is the means which will help you? That is being categorically stated. Okay, so now we go to mantra 4. And this is very famous mantra. Both the mantras 4 and 5. 3 and 4. Sorry. न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन त्यागेनैके अमृतत्वमानशुः परेण नाकन्निहितं गुहायाम् विभ्राजते यद्यतयो विशन्ति. See, you must have heard this. You must have heard this mantra. Third one as well as fourth one. Can you tell me when? Very good. When we receive the sannyasi. When we receive the sannyasis, or when we invite them and they come home, or anywhere, when you receive them, you chant this mantra. Why? What does it indicate? It indicates that they are full, they are complete. And how have they become complete? By pursuing this life with sannyasa. They are full inside as well as outside. And so we receive them with a plate full of rice, and in the middle a pot is kept which is full of water, and this mango leaves are kept. Above that a coconut is kept, and with that you receive them. It is Purna Kumbha. Purna Kumbha. We receive him with the Purna Kumbha. So, why? To show that he is complete and how he has become complete. This is symbolic. So, that time we chant this mantras. Now see, Upanishad clearly says, na karmana, na prajaya, na dhanena, tyagena eke, amrutatvam anashuhu. Some, eke means some aspirants have anashuhu. Anashuhu means attained. They have attained. What have they attained? Amrutatvam, immortality. See, look in the second line of the mantra. Eke amrutatvam anashuhu. Some have attained amrutatvam. Amrutatvam means literally means immortality. But it also means kritakrityata, satisfaction, limitlessness, adequacy. All these are the meanings of amrutatvam. Some have attained this amrutatvam by what? Tyagena, by tyaga, by renunciation, and not by what? Na karmana, not by karma, neither by praja, praja means progeny, not by that, and neither by dhanena, neither by dhana. Dhana means we will, the meaning that is given is both dhanam. Daivam vittam, manusham vittam. Manusham vittam means the artha, security, wealth, etc. Then Daiva Vitta also is there. Daiva Vitta means different upasanas, different yajnas which we perform, which secures for us the higher lokas, Svarga Loka mainly, and other lokas, even Brahma Loka, etc. These higher lokas, realms, are secured by what? Daiva Vitta. Daiva Vitta means the upasanas, different kinds of vidyas and different kinds of upasanas which give you that kind of result. But Shruti says, neither by karma, nor by praja, nor by dhanam will you get amrutatvam. They are all fine. And why is it specifically said that neither by karma, nor by praja, nor by dhanam? Why? Because there is a very famous statement in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad which says, that putrena ayan lokaha keep. See, Shruti has all this in mind. Those days, the samskaras, even now they are there in different form. Putrena ayan lokaha jayaha. It was said, in Brihadaranyaka it is said, by putra, you secure this world. By karma, karmana pitrulokaha. By karma, you get pitruloko. That is secured. By dhanam, you get vidyaya devalokaha. Devaloka. All the higher lokas are secured. That is why it is being said, yes, the local lokas, which means this loka and the other lokas, all the realms within samsara, within this samsara can be gained by these means. But not which loka? Atma loka. Atma loka. Brahma loka is also a realm. It is also one of the lokas. Brahmanaha lokaha. That is, yes, where Brahmaji resides. But Brahmaiva lokaha is what? Brahma, Atma, the very Atma. That cannot be gained by any of these limited means. All these three famous means they are very great, capable of giving you things within the samsara. And if you want them, you may have it by these three means. But now you are seeking something else. What are you seeking? Limitless. You are seeking limitless. And limitless cannot be gained by limited ends. This should be very clear. Limited has no capacity to give you what? Limitless. Limitless cannot be gained by something that is limited. Even the addition of limited. Okay, one limited cannot give me limitless. But I can keep on adding limited, plus limited, plus limited, plus limited. Then one day it will give me limitless, isn't it? No. Limited plus limited is equal to limited only. Finite plus finite is equal to finite, never infinite. Never infinite. This should become very clear. Then we are very clear about the sadhana. If this sadhana which I am going to embark upon, is it going to take me where I want to go? If not, I should have no second thought for dropping it. There should be no second thoughts for dropping it. Just as Swamiji was saying the other day, that if I want to go to one place and if I've taken up a wrong map, how am I going to if the map is for Milwaukee and I want to go to Chicago, I'm not going to reach by the map of Milwaukee to Chicago. That is a wrong thing, however fast and however long I may drive. Similarly, Shruti wants to make it very clear. And these are the famous, not ordinary means, karma. We will see that. Praja. Third one is what? Dhana. All the three purusharthas are covered. Which purusharthas? Kama purushartha, artha purushartha, and even dharma purushartha. Dharma has two facets. One kind of dharma leads you to moksha. Nishkama dharma can lead you there. But dharma done with the agenda that I accumulate more and more punyas so that my future is secure. Next birth is secure. That dharma is limited. That artha, kama, dharma will keep you within the folds of samsara. Lord Krishna has said this very beautifully. You may perform great, great things. A Brahma Bhuvalan Lokaha Punaravartinorjuna. Even up to Brahma Loka. Different yajnas which we perform. Different we will see all this. Different upasanas have the capacity to give you Brahma Loka. Brahma Loka means Brahmaji's Loka, the highest one. Not Brahma, which we know. Atma, not that Brahma, but where Brahmaji. There is difference between Brahmaji and Brahma. Brahma has many meanings. One of the meaning is Brahmaji also. His Loka is within samsara. So, Lord Krishna says, A Brahma Bhuvanal Loka, up to Brahma Loka. What is it? Punaravartinaha. You have to come back. You go there, and then when the time is over, punya is over. When the force of the punya is over, you come back. Whereas, Mamupetya tu kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate. Bhagavan says, if you know me, then there is no coming back. If you know me, punarjanma na vidyate, there is no rebirth. Means you are free. That is why it has to become very clear. So first his text says, na karmana. Karmana means what? Shrautena smartena va. However great karma may be, whether prescribed by Shruti or prescribed by Smruti. None of these karmas. Understand this very well. Karma is, gives the result very quickly. Moment you perform a karma, the result is inbuilt there. That is why karma is a very, very important tool in our hands. For what? Apraptasya praptihi. It is definitely a tool for gaining that which I do not have. And generally speaking, everybody takes up this tool to get what they do not have. Everybody is looking for happiness, peace, etc. So the karma is very important means for attaining that. But karma, what is the limitation of karma? That however great it may be, however great, however, the way you plan it, the way you expand your scope with karma, but still at the end of the day it is limited. Just as Raman Maharshi ji says, karma kim param, karma tat jadam. Because Mimamsaka's bill, he is replying to Mimamsaka when he writes this, karma kim param, karma tat jadam. Where karma is not param, because they think it is param. They think that karma is the tool. Karma is the means by which we will secure all the worlds. That is why it has to be told to them, karma kim param, karma tat jadam, it is inert. Why? Why is it inert? Because it is born of ignorance and it will perpetuate ignorance. Karma is something which is born of avidya. From avidya, ignorance, I am inadequate. From that karma arises. Because when there is ignorance, there are desires. The next consequence of ignorance is what? The natural consequence of ignorance is what? Kama, avidya. What comes next? Kama, desires are there. And desires, how will you fulfill them? By karma. Avidya, kama, karma. But that karma will not fulfill your desires. No amount of karma. Imagine from the lives, beginning from so many lives together, we have been performing karmas. But where have they brought us? Still incompleteness is there. Still fulfillment is not there. Why? Precisely because karma can give limited end. And that too, that even in that limited end, I have to spend a lot of my energy and time. And after doing that also, the result which I get is limited. It will go away in no time, leaving me where I was. I am back to square one. Because again I have to work for it. Second thing is, even if the phala is right before me, after a certain time, is it not our experience that we lose interest in that? We have things, but after some time, we get used to it and lose interest in that. Now we want something new. Because that kick, that particular thing, that particular result no more turns me on. Now I have different fancies. So you understand, the result which I got from that particular karma also cannot hold my interest forever. And most important, yehi samsparshaja bhogaha, what I get from that, dukkha yonayaha evate. Lord Krishna very emphatically and clearly says, they are nothing but dukkha yoni. They are nothing but something which will result in dukkha. Because loss is involved in that. I give my time, I give my energy, emotional as well as intellectual. And how much do we have of that? How much energy do we have? One day or day by day, time is ebbing away. What else is ebbing away? Our body, our prana, our shakti, all of that is increasing or decreasing. Day by day, it is going away. Pranas become weak, organs become weak. And how much time do we have? We do not know. So, if we bank upon such a limited thing to fulfill us, it is nothing but foolishness. In Mundaka Upanishad, in the first part, Shruti says, Plava hyete adridaha yagna rupaha ashtadashoktamavaram yeshu karma. All the people who want things from the world in those days, they have different, Shruti itself in the Karma Kanda section prescribes different means for different ends. If you do this, you will get that. If you do this, you will get that. And they used to perform different yajnas. For by this I will get wealth. By this I will get name and fame. By this I will get that loka, this. Different means were given for different ends. And when you read all that, what happens? You are attracted. Yes, let me try this. And that requires what? When you do a yajna karma, 18 things are, minimum 18 things are required. 16 Rutvika and 17th one Yajmana and 18th one his wife. Minimum this much is required. But Shruti says, Plavahete adrudaha. The raft, you know what is raft? By which you try to cross the river or a lake or ocean. Raft with which you are trying to cross is what? Adrudaha, is not firm. And those who bank upon this, jara mrityum te yanti, they will wind up with jara and mrityu forever. From one whirlpool to another whirlpool, from that to another. It will take you from one to another. It will perpetuate. Why? Because karma which has come from ignorance. What is the material cause of karma? What is desire? Desire. And what is the material cause of desire? Avidya. Avidya, kama, karma. Now, the cause cannot remove, the effect cannot remove its cause. Just as this pot cannot remove clay. Why? Because clay is its mother. Clay is the material cause of the pot. Clay is the cause, pot is the effect. Effect cannot remove cause. Similarly, karma, where has it come from? Avidya. And avidya is the material cause. And karma is the kama and karma is the third effect. This karma cannot ever remove avidya. It can never remove avidya. Is the grandson of avidya. Grandson will not remove grandfather. It will never. Avidya avirodhitaya karma. In Atmabodh it is said, avirodhitaya karma na vidya avidyam vinihanti. Why? Because karma is not antagonistic to what? To avidya is not, karma is not opposite to what? Avidya. Karma is not opposite, doesn't stand as antagonistic to avidya. They are of one party. Ruling party. They are one party. They will not go away. They will always be together. So why will karma oppose ignorance? It will never declare that I am this. You have to discern this in life and give it up. That is why Shruti says that it will never fulfill, however great the karma may be. However great it may be. That is why in Mundaka Upanishad, the whole first part, the whole first canto is for this, to make us understand that such great karmas, they keep you away from moksha. They keep you tempted and glued over there only. Kshina lokaha chavante. From that it will deviate you from moksha. So, na karmana. By karma, immortality cannot be gained. Then, what is second thing? Na prajaya, prajadina, by praja. And by praja, let me tell you, Shruti thinks only son, not daughter. In praja, according to our Sanskriti, what comes? Mainly son only. Our Sanskriti is so much, not only our Sanskriti, throughout the world, there is a solid attraction for whom? Son. Everybody wants son only. Not only on those days, even now. Even now, people want son, however educated they may be. But they want son only. Why? There is a reason. Shastra itself endorses that. And there is a reason behind that. That is why even now, the person may be PhD, this, that, etc. But still what? Female feticide. We hear of this. Not so much of this is going on. A time will come, then there will be paucity of women. There will be. If this goes on, Otherwise, why should there be female feticide? Why should it be? Nobody wants a girl child. Everybody wants son. Why? There is reason. Shastra itself says, if the putra is there, this loka is secured. Why? Because he will do pindadana. First of all, he will take care of us. Big misconception. Then it may be true also in some cases, but more often than not, now at the time is such, we do find this kind of things, that daughters are taking care. We don't want to talk about this, but just in passing, why this attraction is there? They will daughter will go away. She's going to go. She's just a guest. She will go away one day. Then who are we left with? Son. He will take care of us in old age, this, that. Plus, it is said, son protects the parents from the naraka called pum. There is a naraka, pum. From that, this son is going to protect the parents if they have done those kind of karmas. By doing pindadana, shraddha, etc. By all of that, son is, because he will be performing all those rituals. He will be protecting. That is why this attraction, fascination for son is there. So we have to understand daughter also. But in short, neither by praja. And in Shruti Vibha, the father himself is born as son. And that is why also Atma nama putra vai asit. Putra is nothing but my Atma. And that is why that Atma is very dear. Very, very dear. Putrat pre. In Brihadaranyaka, that is why they say, Shruti says, Atma is even dearer than Putra. But who comes dear? Wife, and then second number is Putra. Putri is nowhere. In short, Praja is very dear. But all these worlds may be secure, but still you will not gain Atma by immortality by Praja. You may have some kind of security that I have a family. That security is there. Emotional satisfaction is there. My own people are there. Ahankara, mamakara, all this is there, which is fine. But after all, this is also limited. And second thing, Bhashyakara says very clearly that putradapi dhanabhajam bhiti. He says this putra, he may not look after you, but he may become a danger to you. Putradapi dhanabhajam bhiti. For those who are rich and wealthy, they have to be careful of the son also. Never declare anything. Never tell them this is for you, this is... Why? Because the mind can change. The greed is there. In short, by praja also, you are not going to gain immortality. Okay. Third thing, the prajaya na dhanena. By dhana, what is meant? Daivena manushena va vittena. Dhana means vitta. There are two kinds of vittas. Manusha vitta as well as Daiva vitta. Manusha vitta we all know. Manusha vitta is security, artha. So artha kama has come. Kama purushartha was talked about with praja. Now here Shruti talks about artha purushartha. By karma, dharma purushartha was mentioned. Dharma purushartha, that you go to svarga, etc. So dharma purushartha is covered. By praja, kama purushartha is covered, that it is also useless. Useless means it won't give you immortality. Now what is talked about? Artha purushartha. First we will talk about manusha vitta. Artha. It definitely gives you security. Definitely security is there. But with all the security also, what can it give? It is, money is definitely useful. Useful in giving you facilities, useful in providing you bread, butter, house, etc. All this, plus you can help others also. All this we just cannot deny. We just cannot deny this. There is definitely an objective value for dhanam. Objective value is there. But what is not there? Dhana cannot give you happiness. It gives you comfort, right? That is why Pujya Swamiji used to say, that when he first went to US, and then when he returned, everybody asked him, what is the difference between East and West? Then he said, in India, that is in East, we are unhappy without comforts. We are unhappy without any comfort. And in West, they are unhappy with all the comforts. All the comforts are there. Big mansion and big. We don't want to generalize. I'm just making a point. We have to know that dhanam is good. There is nothing wrong with money. But it cannot give you something that is centered here. Happiness is centered here. Happiness is me. Money doesn't have it. How can it give you? And to tell you the fact, the happiness which karma seems to bring, the happiness which progeny seems to bring, the happiness which dhanam seems to bring, listen to my words carefully, really comes from where? There is only and only one source of happiness. What is that? Atma. Atma or Brahman is the only source of happiness. But this thing seems to give me happiness. Why? What happens that when this object was not there, there were so many desires regarding this. I was restless. I was pining for this. So my mind, the screen of my mind was full with desires that I don't have it, I don't have it, I don't have it. So what happened? Happiness, which is the nature of Atma, got covered by all these desires that I don't have it, don't have it, don't have it. And when it comes, what happens? They all go away. Who goes away? All those desires which were clouding Atma and its happiness, all of them are removed. And so what happens? The happiness which belonged to Atma gets a chance to manifest, gets a chance to shine. So far it was clouded. Coming of this object became nimitta. In what? In merely doing what? Tell me. Removing the cloud of desires and restlessness which was clouding, curtaining the happiness of Atma. But moment this came, all of that got removed. And what did I do? I thought happiness came from here. In reality, where has it come from? Just as the sun is shining in the sky, and there are hordes of clouds covering the sun. Then what happens? There is no light. Then suddenly there is a storm. And what does that storm do? Removes that clouds. And then what happens? The sun shines. Sun was shining otherwise also. But you did not know. The clouds which were covering the sun has also come because of sun only. But momentarily what happened? That storm removed the clouds. That is why the sun was manifest. It was always there, but temporarily clouded. But what did this storm do? It merely removed this. Similarly, what does this object do? Temporarily removes the cloud of desires. And so what happens? Temporarily, happiness manifests. But we don't realize this. And what do we continue to think? This object gave me happiness. So now let me go for another. Now let me go for third one. It perpetuates my ignorance. Understood? This is what is actually happening. Otherwise, there is only one and one sole source of joy or happiness, and that is Atma. Atma, there is happiness only in Atma. Rest of the things are jadam. But this we don't know. That is why Shruti says that by karma, neither by karma, nor by praja, nor by dhanam, by manusham vittam. Dhanam also na vittena tarpaniyo manushya. However much vitta you may have, you will never be able to say enough. Alam. Let me earn little more and then give up. Little more, little more, little more. By that little, my life comes to an end. By that happens. But that little never goes. Na vittena tarpaniyo manushya. This is manusha vitta. Then daiva vitta. Daiva vitta means, as I said, different kinds of upasanas, different yajnas which you perform, which will take you to Devaloka. And this Svargaloka, Brahmaloka, etc. are nothing but full of glamour, nothing but full of happiness, so-called happiness. Again, there the same principle occurs. There is no problem in getting objects, because punya is there. Understand, because of punya you are enjoying this object. This object comes in your life because of punya. Okay, with Daiva Vitta also you may go to different lokas, but how long can you stay there? How long can you stay in 5-star hotel, 7-star hotel, in Manali or in Bali or wherever? How long can you stay there in Switzerland? As long as your what that card nowadays, that card, debit card or credit card you have, keep on. But then moment you stop, they will throw you out. Kshine punye martya lokam vishanti. With lots of, you earned it, went there, and moment it gets exhausted, unceremoniously, they will drop you. Moment when you come, the chauffeur and then the hotel people, they all of them will, with Purna Kumbha, they will welcome you. But moment you stop giving, they will throw your bag out, call police. So everything is with a price. Moment you stop paying that price, it is all conditional. So even Daiva Vitta, which means going to Brahmaloka also, cannot guarantee you moksha. Has everything that is out remains out only and gives you only limited enjoyment. That is why Shruti says tyagena, only by tyaga. Tyaga means what? Renunciation. You renounce. By renounce, when things could not give me, then without that I will become a beggar. When things were there, they could not give me any happiness. Then without that, how am I going to become fulfilled? Yes, this tyaga means what? Tyaga means I give up all this kartavya karma, all my responsibilities, to take up a higher responsibility. This is not for wandering. This is not, sannyasa is not for sitting idle and wandering everywhere, from this place to another place to that place, doing nothing. No, not for that. But there is a higher responsibility in our life. So far, my responsibility was for parents, society, children, wife. Trini runani apakrutya. You are indebted to the society. Fulfill that to some extent. Fulfill it. Provide for them. But then a higher responsibility is awaiting you. And what is that? What is that? Kartavya for others also I did. Which kartavya is left now? Atma. Atma va are drashtavyah. I have to know Atma. That is my responsibility. Yo anyatha santam atmanam anyatha pratipadyate. Sanat Kumara says, the one who doesn't know the Atma as it is, one who doesn't know the self as it is, he has committed suicide. Yo anyatha santam atmanam anyatha pratipadyate kim tena na krutam papam chaurena atma apaharina. Very strong words he is using. Sanat Kumara is just left and right says that which sin has this thief not committed? Which thief? This ignorant fellow doesn't work for the knowledge of Atma. Which sin has he not committed? He is a thief because he doesn't give that dignity to the Atma which should be its right, and looks for happiness outside when source of happiness is right here and you look outside, then he is committing a sin. So what I am trying to say is that this is a bigger responsibility, and the real responsibility. That doesn't mean we don't have to take up those. We have to. And everybody is not told, give up and go. This is the most dangerous thing to say, that go, you can go. Because if the person is not ready, if the person is not mature, then he will be, by taking up sannyasa, he will be totally misplaced. Bhagavan says, Sannyasastu mahabaho dukkham aptum ayogatah. One who has not gone through the life of yoga, which means what? Karma yoga, life of serving, life of helping, life of fulfilling kartavyas. One who has not gone through that is totally immature. He is not ready. And if such a person takes up sannyasa, he will be dangered not only to himself, but to the society. There is no greater tragedy and source of pain than an immature person taking sannyasa, giving up. He gives up, but inside desires are there, and the way to fulfill them is stopped. The way to fulfill your desires is closed, and desires are infesting inside. You will become a hypocrite. All wrong things start from there. That is why we see certain things in society. That is because one is not prepared. So Arjuna kept on asking, Lord Krishna, I want to go away. I want to go away and lead a life of bhiksha. Not for a single moment or in a single sentence does Bhagavana say, you can go. Never Bhagavan never allowed it. Not for a second, not in a single verse will you find, until he was convinced, yes, now he can do. But Bhagavan always, what he wanted from Arjuna? You better fight. And Arjuna said, my karma is not easy. My karma is to fight. It is a ghora karma. Whatever. Your kartavya. Do it. But do it in which way? Karma when done without understanding. And sakama karma, when you have a certain agenda, then it is binding, definitely. But the same karma, when done with the right understanding, that I have achieved from the society has brought me to this stage. My society means my parents, my ancestors, my relatives, people of the society, and the elements, devatas, everything comes in society. They have brought me up. Now what have I done for them? What have I done? Do it. Return the favor. You have taken the favor, now return it. Without that, Atma is far away. You cannot enter the kingdom of Atma without all this. It is bullshit. First do that. If not any, you may not do big services. Be of service to your family. Be of service to your parents. Serve them. Be kind to your wife. Be kind to your husband. Means children. Without any agenda. Without agenda. Not what about me. Everywhere don't put yourself first. Put others first. That will give you maturity. First level of readiness will come. First level of preparedness. So Arjuna needed that. Arjuna needed that. Why? Because he didn't know the role of karma. He thought that karma is only meant for acquiring what we do not have. And if we don't want anything, then I need not perform karma. Supposing at home, I'm not going to eat, so I will not help. Today, no, I'm not, I have skipped lunch. I don't want to eat anything, so I will not go and prepare. Does it work? Does it work? Even if you don't want to eat, you are fasting, prepare for others. It is understood. Arjuna thought, I don't want anything. Now I'm not interested in kingdom. I'm not interested in all this name, fame, etc. So I go away. I go to Rishikesh. Kurukshetra, he was standing in Kurukshetra, and Rishikesh is very close. So he said, I'll go. Bhiksha charyam charanti. I will live the life of Bhiksha. Bhagwan said, wait a minute. You're talking big things. Prajna vadamscha bhasase. But you don't know. You are not ready. After coming to Rishikesh, in those days in Rishikesh, such ashrams were not there. No annaksheda, no bandara. No bandara, puri and jalebi, and no such thing. Then you will realize what it means. Then in the forest also you will start fighting with the trees. You will cut trees. Because what about the restlessness inside? That will come out. No escaping that. So, Bhagavan never allowed him till the last moment. And then when Bhagavan was sure, he said, do whatever you, when he was sure, when he was sure that Arjuna has understood, then he said, do what? Yatechasi tatha kuru. Whatever you like, you do. And then what did Arjuna say? Karishye vachanam tava. I will do as you say. I will do as you say, which means what? I will fight. Which means I will do what I'm expected to do because I need it, not for others but for myself, my purity. In short, just as karma done in the right way helps, similarly upasanas also done just for the focus of the mind and for the grace of Ishvara, then fine. But so that I go to Brahmaloka and enjoy the things which are there, then it will be binding. That will not give you moksha. So, which is the means now? Tyaga. And tyaga, the sannyasa. Tyaga means here sannyasa. As I said, for such a person who is ready, Shruti herself gives sanction. You may go. You may go and know the self. Nothing more fruitful and mangalam than that. You can do that now because you are now ready. Bhagavad Gita says, Aru rukshoho munehe karma karanam. Until you are not ready, karma is useful to you for yoga, karma yoga. But once you have got it, shamaha karanam uchyate. Lord Krishna says in 6th chapter, shamaha karanam. Now for you, shamaha. Shamaha means give it up. And giving up for what? to know something better, to know something higher. Yajnavalkya said, I am going away. Then Maitreyi asked him, his wife, Yajnavalkya was a householder. And then one day he decided to take sannyasa. He had 2 wives. So he said, I am distributing all my wealth between 2 of you. You live your life, I will go. So one of them took, Katyayani took it and went away. Maitreyi asked, that which you are giving us and going, will it give us immortality? Is it capable of giving us immortality? She knew that otherwise if it is capable of giving, then he will not go. He is giving up and giving it was and wants to go away. So she is asking, what will it give? He says no. Amrutatvasya na shasti vittena. Clear cut terms. Amrutatva you will not get by vitta. Vitta means everything, praja, karma, everything. Upalakshana it is for everything. It will not. Then for how will it come? She asked. She is very smart and very intelligent. She says, whatever you have, that I must have. You are wise. You want to go away. That means you are shooting for something else. And as a wife, I must also have that. You have it, give it to me. She asked, how is it that? Then Yajnavalkya sit. He was very pleased. Sit down. And he says, what? That there is nothing more dear than Atma. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. We think that we love husband, we love son. It is not for the sake of the son, sake of the husband that husband is loved. It is for the sake of Atma. I love myself, and since you are conducive, you facilitate me in loving me, that is why I like you. Otherwise, I don't like you. If you start cursing me tomorrow, Swaminiji, you are taking very long. Swaminiji, you are going more than the time of the class. Then tomorrow you may not come. And if you start criticizing me, I may not like you. I like you only as long as you do namaste. You sit here, listen, which means what? The love for the self is unconditional. And we love other things because they help us, they facilitate us in loving us. Today, understand, we want a pleased self all the time. And if others help us in giving that pleased self, then our love affair goes on. Otherwise, it won't. That is why then we will separate. You go your way, I go my way. Then she said, is Atma like this? Then he said, yes, that is why. That is why Atma must be known, Maitreyi. Atma should be known. There is nothing more important than that. How is it to be known? First he said, Atma va are drashtavya. Atma should be known. How? Shrotavyaha. You must listen to the Atma. Means Shravanam. Mantavyaha. Do Mananam. And then Nididhyasanam. These are the means. And when can you do Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam without distraction? When that is your goal for knowing the Atma. See, for knowing Atma, these 3 are the means. Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. And when can you pursue this day in and day out? And now you have no mind for any. This has become my life. This has become my goal. When can you do that? When there are no responsibilities, no distractions. Because kartavya karma becomes a big vikshepa. So a time comes in life when Shruti herself gives you a sanction. You can go. You may go. But we should be very clear, not going for wandering and sleeping. Going for knowing. Going for focusing. Going for abiding in the self. and that is the place of Tyaga. That is the place of sannyasa. This person takes sannyasa. It is called Vividisha sannyasa. Sannyasa taken for knowing Atma. He still doesn't abide in the self, but he has taken this sannyasa for what? To know the Atma. He is already on the elevator. Okay? We'll talk about this little bit tomorrow. Don't worry, we will try to complete the whole Upanishad because we will do that. Okay? Om Purnamatah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. You all must be knowing that from now onwards till the end we will have